Hello, my name is Nick George and I have a business called Clouds Diamond Sharpening. I'm just going to show you some things about a hair clipper blade and things you should know. Let's go down to the table and have some fun. Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to adjust your clipper blade, set the tension, and oil the clipper blade. And yeah, let's do that, and how to disassemble and assemble it. So these two screws, they are to adjust the clipper blade and hold the clipper blade together. And they do that by holding the socket to the spring, and then it pushes on the spring there to put the tension onto the blade. So let's say this is sideways, or these little teeth are hanging over. Let's just do that. So we'll loosen these up. You should never have to take your clipper blade apart. It should be the sharpener's job. And we'll show you everything you need to know so you don't have to take it apart. So say the teeth are hanging over. Can you notice that? See the teeth, how they hang over? That's just gonna move hair around. It'll cut a little bit, but not very much. And then depending on what blade, it would cut your customer. So you don't want that. So you take it back and you want it to show a little bit of light. You can see the shiny part on the teeth there, and it shows a little teeth because this is just a comb. It doesn't really cut. It does need to be sharpened, but it doesn't actually cut. The cutter blade right here does. We sharpen clipper blades, all clipper blades that could be disassembled, and we sharpen ceramic and wall 5-in-1 blades. But anyway, so you could set the blade like that, and then what I do is I put the left side of the blade down, teeth towards me, and then tighten it. And then I rotate it over to the back of the blade, and then I tighten it. And then what this does is it should be straight, okay? And it is straight. But if it's not straight, whatever side's drooping down, or you want it to be straight. So just loosen one side and you can adjust the one side of the blade. And so then I line it back up and now it's perfect. So then I tighten it back up. So that's all you need to do to adjust your blade. Hair gets jammed in your blade, slide it halfway, and you can brush it off, go back the other way and brush it off. Or you could take a flathead screwdriver like so, and if you want to remove the cutter blade, which you really don't need to, you could remove the cutter blade by shoving the screwdriver in there. Be careful and don't hurt yourself. And then you can put it back in. And then, so now it's still all together. So let's just go through oiling here. I recommend clipper blade oil because it stands up to heat and everything. You can put a dot here, a dot here, a dot here, a dot in the back, and a dot in here, and just go ahead and show the guide some love so it doesn't melt, and go like that, and your blade's good to go for, I don't know, let's say 20 minutes grooming. Depends on how fast your clipper is and everything. So I recommend oiling before and at least after if you can. And oil is your friend, and it will be your clipper's best friend, and you should love your oil. Okay, so now we'll just take this apart. Let's say it falls apart. Okay, it's on your clipper, it falls apart. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Not really, we're gonna get it taken care of. So this is a guide, this is a spring, and this is a socket. This is all that holds the blade, okay? This is a cutter, this is a comb, and 2 screws. Put the blade on here, okay? Put this on here, flip it over, okay? Actually, you could just do this. Just do this, it'll be easier. Put the socket in your middle finger, and you can balance it, okay? Or you don't have to, you can put your fingers there to support it. Line these holes up, you can see the holes, and you can move your middle finger to move this socket to line the holes up. Then you put 1 screw in, 2 screws in, and then tighten it down. Okay, so we're going to tighten it down. See, I wasn't paying attention, so we'll just go ahead and redo that, and there we go. So now it's in there. That's good. Back it off a quarter of a turn, and you'll see why in a minute. Back it off a quarter of a turn, and now you should be able to lift this high enough. If you cannot lift it high enough, just go ahead and back it off another quarter of a turn. But that being said, your tension is probably bad on your blade. But we'll go ahead and address that in a minute. So then you slide it together. Look, it's all sideways. That's not good. But we can move this around, and then we line it up again. So now it's lined up. You can even look down the teeth there and see if it's straight. That's straight. We're gonna lay the left side of the blade down, teeth facing towards me, and we're gonna tighten this up. Okay, then we lay on the back of the blade, teeth facing up, and tighten it up. And then it should be straight, which it is. I'm so glad. But, so now, man, my blade's so hard to move. Well, what that does is it's more wear and tear on your clipper, and you don't want that. So I don't recommend adjusting your clipper. Maybe you should tell your sharpener to do it for you and say the tension's too tight, especially if you can go like this and take a scale and push it down and it says over, let's say 3 pounds. I go 1.5 to 2.5 pounds. I try to never go to 3 ever. Anything above 3, you're probably gonna run in, you're gonna run into, you know, problems with your clipper later, and the blade's gonna get extremely hot. So if your blades are getting extremely hot, hotter than normal, well, sad to say, your sharpener probably tightened the tension because he couldn't get it to cut. Maybe his wheel is bad. You have to have shape on your wheel correctly, or you'll have to tighten the tension really tight, especially if you sharpen on a block. You know, it'll work. It's like a spare tire. It gets you through it gets you to the mechanic, right? So we can use a block, but I wouldn't recommend it because it ain't gonna last very long. You're gonna have to tighten the tension. It's gonna get really hot, and it's gonna go dull, because when blades are flat, they are dull, okay? So we don't want dull blades. We don't want to hurt the animal or the human customer. We don't want to. It looks bad on both of us. So my job is to make blades cut the longest, the sharpest, with the least amount of tension, and remove as least metal as you can. So these blades last like 20 years of sharpening, and that is worth your money. Even if you get 5 years, I mean, that's still saving you tons of money. I mean, $10 to sharpen a blade, maybe $8, depending on who you go to, and blade is probably 27 to, I've seen them up to $70, depending on what size blade you get. So take care of your equipment. It's for your benefit, and your clippers will love you. So it makes your job easier. Thank you for this wonderful adventure. I hope I helped. If you have any questions, please leave comments. Please subscribe and go to cloudsdiamondsharpening.com. Check out our reviews and use our services. You will not be disappointed. And if you don't trust me, use a block. Tell me how it works out and leave comments about it, because I can already guarantee, 100% guarantee, that my sharpening will last longer than a block, and probably longer than anyone else that can sharpen. I have a wonderful shape, and I'm pretty good at my job. I take it really serious. So thank you, and have a wonderful day.